Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Hope everyone is fine. Welcome to my channel, The Coloring Buddha. Today I'm going to do a little coloring in Alexandra Dannenmann's Magical Tiny Houses. I've also done a flip through of this book when I bought this. I really loved all the illustrations in this book. I actually colored one page from this book. I think it was in April during Easter, this beautiful Easter egg. I really liked the way it turned out. I like the quality of the paper. Even though it's Amazon paper, still it takes a few layers. So I love the way it turned out. So I thought, okay, let me do one and capture it to my camera. I'm planning to do this page, the shoe house, which also happens to be the illustration in the cover page, but I'm going to use different color. It's not going to be a blue house. I'm thinking of doing a purplish pink house. So let's start. For this page, I'm going to use brush markers for the base layer and then go over that with my Prismacolor. So that way you don't have to use lot of pencils for covering up the white of the page, since the brush markers takes care of that. So you can finish the illustration fast, and then you have to use less pencil. So I'm going to use this Ohuhu pastel markers, which I got from Amazon. And over that, I'm going to use Prismacolors. Let's start. So for the shoe, I'm going to use Ohuhu. This is alcohol marker. Okay, before you use alcohol marker, always keep a paper behind the page so that it doesn't ruin the other page. And since it's a single-sided illustration, so even though it does bleed, I'll show here in this illustration, yes, it bled. See this side. So you can't use alcohol markers when there are illustration on both sides of the page. So this book, it will work perfectly because the illustrations are also only on the one side of the paper. So I'm going to lay the base layer with the Ohuhu marker, and this is, can you see it? This is R080 Pale Cherry Pink, and let me fill the shoe with this. Hi, welcome. Sorry, I didn't realize that my camera had stopped working and it was out of focus. So I'll tell you what I did till now. I laid the base coat with Ohuhu R080 Pale Cherry Pink, and then I've started to lay the Prisma pencils. So I'll do here what I did here. So these are the pencils that I'm going to use. Dahlia Purple 1009, Mulberry PC 995, Process Red 994, Pink 929, and Deco Peach 1013. Even if you don't have Prismacolor, doesn't matter, whatever pencil brand you have, you can use similar colors and still you can, achieve the same result. So let me start. I'll use the mulberry first. Hope this is in camera. Yeah, it's in camera. So I'm going to lay the first, this is the shadow area. So I'm going to use light strokes and cover the gaps. Now I'll bring my process red and go over this. Now I'll take my pink and start a little bit from here. Now I'll bring in my Dahlia purple and darken this. Dahlia purple is a little purplish pink, so it gives a nice contrast to the pinks and the peach color which we are going to use as a highlight color. Now I'll go over with my mulberry. This recording still, yeah. I'm going to go over this. This is the shadow areas with the dark purple, and this is also shadow area around the flowers. Let me draw this shadow around all the flowers, so that way I can blend it easily with the mulberry. I'll bring my process red. Process red. Now I'll bring my pink. That's the time to bring in the peach. Oops, that's. I think I'll have to sharpen it and then come back. This transition is not smooth, so I'll just. I'm blending everything with peach. So this side is done. I'll do this side and then merge everything. I'll put this on speed up the thing because it's a repetition of this. I'll be starting with my dahlia purple, then go with my mulberry, then process red, then pink, and then blend everything with deco peach. So I'll just speed up the recording. So here is the thing. I think I've done enough layers, and now I will blend everything with my Prisma colorless blender 1077. So if you don't have a colorless blender, doesn't matter, you can just leave it, but I like to use my blender so that the transition is smooth. What the blender does is it pushes the pigment into all those white spaces that you see. So see how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the blending part so that we can save on time. Okay. Now the shoe is done. Let's do the upper part, the roof. For this I'm using G020 pale lemon yellow. So I'll do 1 or 2 leaves and then I'll fast forward. So this is the base color. Put that in. We'll wait for a minute or two to let it dry, and then we'll start the coloring part. So when this was drying, I colored all the other leaves. The reason I give this a minute or two is because I don't want to ruin the tooth of the paper. Actually, alcohol markers dry very fast, but still I give it a minute or two to dry it, let it dry completely. So the colors which I'm going to use are Prussian green PC109, apple green PC912, spring green 913. So these are the three colors that I'm going to use. So if you have similar colors in your set, you can use them. So I'll start with Prussian green. This is the darker color. I'll color one leaf and show how I'm going to color it. I'll start with the shadow area. Then I'll take my apple green. I'll blend everything and pull the color a little further. And then I'll bring my spring green. I'll blend everything with spring green. That's it. I'm going to lay one more layer, first with my Prussian green. Then my apple green. And then my spring green. That's it. Now I'll blend everything with my blender. Sorry, I didn't realize it had it. That's it, it's done. So I'm going to finish all the other leaves and then come back.